bathing in Jimmy's blood. Basking.
Hi guys, let's go and check out 22 minutes of Eddie Guerrero being an absolute legend in WWE. I only watched one match of Eddie Guerrero and the full reaction is on my Patreon. It was the custody match for Dom Mysterio between Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero, and it was such a good and emotional match, you guys. But I saw there the talent that Eddie Guerrero has and I want to see more, so I decided to react to this one on this channel. So yeah, let's go and check it out.
He came from an esteemed wrestling family, possessing an
very
innate natural talent that made him a joy to watch in the ring.
Eddie Guerrero going to the top rope. Check balance.
But it's his work as a beloved, funny, and thoroughly entertaining character that we remember him for best.
And hot.
I cheat, I steal.
From WCW,
I'm not only your favorite wrestler, but I'm your favorite wrestler too. Guerrero away. Well, if you go back into the archives, you'll find out and you'll talk to people on Eddie Guerrero, and certainly well-deserved the heat that he's getting right now with the fans.
to Latino heat,
I know! You want to shake your bonbon with me, baby! Oh, shake the bonbon!
I really couldn't resist your Latino heat.
I told you! She admitted it!
to lying, cheating, and stealing,
Oh my God! Cheat the win! But Eddie Guerrero, look at... No, you didn't see it, Rookie. You didn't call it. You can't call it. You didn't see it.
to I'm your copy.
Dominic comes home to his puppy.
Today, we'll highlight the character evolution that ultimately made Eddie Guerrero one of the most charismatic wrestlers of all time. Eddie entered WCW as a white meat babyface with a growing in-ring reputation. His ECW run showed American fans how amazing Guerrero was as a wrestler, but it took some time to find himself as a character. It wasn't until he turned heel that we got to see the scorching with cool, swagger-filled Eddie we would soon come to love. Guerrero took elements of the culture and the environment he grew up in and began turning it up for television. Guerrero also got to show his comedic talents as a cocky, arrogant heel that liked to take shortcuts.
Back will try to take the man out. Eddie Guerrero, very relaxed. And Guerrero claiming of a hair pull here. No way, too deep arm drags in with a drop kick. Going Guerrero away. Well, if you go back into the archives, you'll find out and you'll talk to people.
Wow, this is so...
The heat that he's getting right now with the
This
fans.
is what I like. Like, we don't see that a lot anymore. Yeah, they cheat the referee, but usually, like, the match ends by the referee being blind and not seeing and everybody calling ref you suck. But I would like to see more of these things where he genuinely, like the challenger or whatever, goes genuinely against it and does something that is so dumb but effective.
For the TV title this weekend, in addition, he'll be coming to get the title for WCW. So Eddie Guerrero trying to set an example for his nephew.
Eddie's feud with Chavo was just brilliant. Every week, Eddie would find a way to mess with and torment his nephew until Chavo eventually went mad.
The entire sports world. He's not tagging him. You're exactly right. Eddie
They're best
did not
friends.
tag,
They were
and
best
Eddie
friends.
Just drops down. Well, just a lesson in brotherly love, I guess. Come on, take up for your family, Eddie. Oh no! Just further
Hair slap.
humiliation from Eddie Guerrero.
What my mom is saying, basically, is that she's really proud of what I'm doing.
He was backstage. Maybe he either saw what happened, or maybe someone gave word to Piper.
I'm not only your favorite wrestler, but I'm your favorite wrestler too.
This was the only real fleshed out storyline Eddie had in WCW. Even if they weren't cutting a promo, he and Chavo got the characters over by making every bit of TV time count.
Chavo's gotta listen to what Eddie says. He doesn't have to listen to what Eddie says. Get rid of that frustration. Pop your uncle in the yap.
By the end of 1998, Guerrero had reached his ceiling in WCW. He'd outgrown the cruiserweight division, and although he could certainly hang with the top talent, Eddie knew he wasn't going to be allowed to pass mid-card status or even get a chance to work with main eventers. Eddie tried to quit, but Eric Bischoff threw him a bone by giving Guerrero his own faction, the Latino World Order.
LWO!
Yeah.
Latino World Order! Together we can do this!
Hell yeah.
Get out! Adios, LWO! La raza united! La raza por siempre! We are your future, whether you like it or not.
Eddie made the best of what he was given with the LWO, but things came crashing down when Guerrero was involved in a near fatal car accident in the early hours of the morning on New Year's Day in 1999. Addiction, as well as workplace and marital issues, had come to a head. Eddie was lucky to have survived, never mind wrestle again. Guerrero managed to bounce back despite the ongoing issues and injuries.
Man, that is so sad. And it's like not in-ring injury that they had to suffer. He had to suffer something that anyone out there has to go through and would go through, would go through, hopefully not has. And I think the pain medications that he was taking at that time made his drug addiction. I don't know if he had drug addiction before that, but that was, I feel like, a crucial point to it. And it is so sad to see all of this crumble, all the success that he had and everything because of this accident.
He remained a consistent performer and would soon get his chance to work for the WWF. While another injury may have stifled Eddie's initial start in the WWF, he remained a fixture on television and began an infatuation with China that would later blossom into an iconic partnership.
I know! You want to shake your bomb with me, baby! Oh, shake the bomb!
Look at Eddie. Can't take his eyes off China.
I know you're here, really! Because you want some Latino heat!
China simply couldn't resist Guerrero's Latino heat.
I really couldn't resist your Latino heat.
I told you! She admitted it. It's sinking in now. I can't believe it.
And neither could the fans, as this new moniker as well as the pairing with China got Eddie over huge. He was a highlight of TV each week and it was hard not to love him.
That's quite the set of wheels.
Where's your wife, Eddie?
The European champion.
What about your wife?
Latino heat rides in style. Did you see that, low rider?
Did you have kids already there? Were you a puppy there?
Eddie, I know you're studying for your GED, but we have a match.
No, the test is tomorrow. I got
Listen to me.
Ooh, baby, we're gonna tear up the dance floor Sunday night, man.
Michael
you
Jackson.
That's the prom. Mommy.
Look at this. They got her flowers and everything. Mamacita. Oh, there go the roses.
You know what is interesting? Seeing China with Eddie, kind of like now when I remember seeing Rhea with Dom, it reminds me of that combo. I feel like Dom is genuinely like continuing the legacy of Eddie Guerrero. I don't know. I feel like that's happening. I love Rey Mysterio, but I feel like the storytelling with Eddie Guerrero and Dom, like as a character, it is so similar. He's not his real papi, but I think he's proud. Eddie is proud of him.
Eddie Guerrero. Oh my God.
Jerry Lawler really helped get over the Latino heat gimmick by constantly saying the name on commentary.
Eddie Guerrero. Latino heat. What you're feeling is Latino heat. It's Latino heat. Latino heat. Latino heat. Latino heat. It's Latino heat. It's Latino heat.
Latino heat!
Get down with Latino heat. Mama.
Gets worse and worse. Señorita!
Latino heat. Mamacita, no, there be no more Latino heat. You have health matters here. Latino heat. Latino heat. Wow, check it out, JR. Latino heat.
We also got to see the dark side of the Latino heat persona. Eddie had a fiery temper, prone to lash out when things didn't go his way. This was his best character work to date.
I'm gonna be on the cover of Playboy.
What? What are you talking about? You're my mamacita. No. The boss man, the bunny man, Hefner. Okay, I want to talk to him
Bunny man.
about mommy's pictures coming out of his magazine.
Guerrero soon became more and more controlling and jealous of China's popularity, which ultimately led to their split.
You were on there 3 times. What was I ever mentioned? Your magazine, I wasn't even in 1 page. What the hell?
I am gonna remove the subtitles and make them sense.
Eddie!
Hey, yo!
This was after Eddie screwed her out of the IC title so he could win it instead.
This belt doesn't mean nothing compared to what you mean to me.
Yeah, but you screwed her.
Pretended to be
Oh,
sick
that
so she could fill in for
smile.
him against Rikishi.
I think Eddie has a case of the flu.
Chad Gable in the house.
John has been used.
I mean, I went out there, I was sick, I was coughing, I had cramps, I had a fever.
Doesn't matter. Do you have the doctor's order? Where are the papers? They need to be legit too.
That crap, Eddie!
And then the final straw was when Guerrero cheated on China in the shower.
Oh, no. Who's that?
Unfortunately, there was more adversity to come as Guerrero still had his demons.
Sip your tea,
this
guys.
resulted in him being fired after a DUI. Eddie had to start from the bottom again, working on the independence and building himself back up until he could regain the WWF's trust enough to be rehired. Guerrero
Oh, that is insane. You know, the mental, like, being on top and having all that success and then starting from zero again, that takes such a huge toll on your mind, and like it is so demotivational. And the fact that he continued and proved himself and went back to where he was, that is inspirational. That is like, not a lot of people accomplish that. Like, at that point, a lot of people give up.
was given another chance and returned in 2002. He'd gotten clean from GHB and alcohol and was repairing his marriage. Eddie displayed his Latino heat temper and charm once again.
That king of the ring.
But
Don't interrupt me when I'm talking, Issa! Shut up! You, Intercontinental Champion, Latino Heat, Eddie Guerrero, that's right, mommy.
While also mixing it up with top stars and wrestling at the height of his game.
Almighty! And the Rock, look out!
Eddie was a part of the SmackDown 6 where he teamed with nephew Chavo, working stellar matches week after week.
Look at these guys are sucking it up. Get for this back.
It's his nephew, not only best friend, nephew.
It was during this time period when Eddie began driving a lowrider to the ring. This would become a key piece of Eddie's identity.
Yeah.
Making his way to El Paso, Texas, weighing in at 228 pounds.
Latino Heat was amplifying the aspects of his culture more than ever before. The lowrider entrance was a fun part of the show as each week we got to see a new car and sometimes different passengers.
In that matchup, the Guerreros really didn't miss a beat. Check out the lowrider.
That's cool.
Up and down, pumping like crazy. Would be begging for his job tonight. Who would have thunk it? The old music.
As a member of Los Guerreros, we
Batista
got to see the
loves it.
next evolution in Eddie's character, built off a so-called family tradition of lying, cheating, and stealing, which made for some hilarious vignettes.
Oh, look, a little baby.
Hold that for me. I said, what are you going to do with that? Hey, man, you took everything else. I had to take something. Well, hey, mamacitas. Do you feel like munching on a burrito? Yeah, Get these losers.
I would like to munch on a burrito. I would not mind it.
We're here to clean your pool. Is my pool all right?
Oh, this is awesome.
Take care of my baby, okay?
I treat her like I own her. If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Even though this was behavior more befitting of the heels, the Guerreros were so entertaining there was no way they couldn't be babyfaces. The lie, cheat, and steal approach was executed best during matches. The way Eddie swerved referees and bent the rules was some of the most innovative and creative things ever seen in the ring.
Here we go again.
Just got Carlito and Jesus kicked out of the arena. Novel Guerrero's in a lot of trouble. Eddie Guerrero's holding that table.
Dom does the same.
Vintage Eddie Guerrero.
He's still holding it.
Never seen that before. I gotta say that.
A textbook example is when Eddie rang
Vintage
the bell
Eddie.
to fool Charlie Haas and then pretended to be struck by a title belt.
Eddie Guerrero rang the bell. The war ensued. Wow! The smoking gun!
No matter what way he cheated, you could just tell how much fun Guerrero was having.
Eddie Guerrero, look.
And he really knows how to sell it.
You can't punch it and see. Wait, hot potato. There's no more because Eddie's down. Sometimes just tap it. Wait a minute. Look at this. Wait a minute.
Wow.
That baton.
Hey, yo, he took that.
Oh my God! Cheat the win. What the? Look at this. Coming to here. What the hell? God. Kennedy calls him home.
It's perfect.
And Eddie. Guerrero meant to hit. Eddie, get rid of the evidence. He's the Dick's Mercury.
What do you
When
think that
fans
link
saw
for
that
free
trademark
was?
charming smirk,
Why?
they knew Eddie was up to no good.
Sandwich. Inadvertently. Oh, there's that grin of Eddie. What's Eddie gonna do?
believe he's struggling with his conscience. And so's Kurt. But look at the look on Eddie's face. Major problem now. Referee down.
Oh, so he has like schizophrenia. Like he has more characters. Like, not really, not really.
Last week. And Ray has the tag team goal. The referee's coming too. The referee. Look at Eddie. Oh, see the cookie jar. What the hell, Eddie? I didn't see him. Eddie didn't hurt his knee.
Guerrero did whatever he could to gain an advantage or simply mess with his opponent. This often meant stealing something from them, like when he stole a trophy JBL was supposed to win.
I stole it.
How could he steal such a big trophy?
On auction. Woo! I cannot believe it. God bless you. Take buck. You sure you're happy about that number, Blair?
Eddie even exercised Grand Theft Auto by stealing JBL's limo.
Take me back to New York City now. Whoa! The lights are hanging off the horn. He's passed out. Look at Fred.
Lying, cheating, and stealing led to Eddie becoming a babyface as one of SmackDown's crown jewels. Guerrero had an unmistakable connection with the audience. When he went through the curtain, he became Latino Heat thanks to the reaction and the adrenaline he got from the people. No matter how much pain he was in, that shift from one persona to another was instantaneous, like Clark Kent transitioning to Superman.
No, he is like such a talent.
Eddie prided his work on capturing the feel from the audience. If it got over with the fans, Guerrero used it to his advantage. From the iconic Orale and Viva la Raza catchphrases.
Viva la raza.
Cincinnati! Orale, vatos locos! What's up,
What's up, locos?
Orale, mi raza! Orale, viva la raza!
To the shimmy of the arms we all
Viva
love
la
to copy.
raza.
And yet to officially get into the
Ah, there is.
Oh, let me
Tom
think
does
about
the
that.
shimmy, yeah.
Look at Eddie
Shimmy,
Guerrero.
shimmy, yeah.
Kurt Angle's in trouble. There's the confidence I'm talking about.
Latino heat. Driving in on his low line. Give me a little shimmy, man. I know you can do it.
A little shimmy, yeah. I love it.
Eddie.
By the end of 2003, Eddie was becoming one of the hottest stars in the company, with such iconic moments like when Guerrero poisoned Big Show's burrito and made Show literal crap, amongst other highlights.
Eddie, there's no toilet paper in here.
Ew.
Face and his lips. That's
Back in the day, bro, wrestling.
I wouldn't do that, S.A.
definitely what the hell?
And we can't forget the great promos Eddie cut as a babyface.
I did give him one hell of a limo ride, Holmes. It was better than Disneyland. I'll call my cousin Chewy and we'll put some hydraulics on it. Orale.
Órale.
I steal and I cheat. Orale.
Eddie's ascent up the card.
See, like, it's funny that was his character, but in real life, from the documentary that I watched, he was so religious. I don't know at that point if he was, but I think he was so religious, and like that contradicts completely the character that he's personating in WWE.
Would have to run through WWE champion Brock Lesnar. This feud was exceptional. It encompassed everything Guerrero had been through to get to this point. Eddie was forced to relive his past struggles and reflect on how far he'd come, which would all be realized in his match with Brock. It was a mismatch on paper, given the size discrepancy. Lesnar was a monster, a destroyer, but when we think of what Guerrero had survived, there was no way Eddie could lose.
You're gonna
Yeah.
be facing all the battle within me, all the fire that burns within me.
I am an
Oh
addict.
my god, that is actually
About 3 years ago, Holmes, they carried me straight into rehab. Through all that time, bro, through all those 3 years, not only did I wind up losing my job, I lost my wife, I lost my kids, and I lost myself. I disgraced my race. I disgraced my family, and I disgraced myself. Day by day, I have earned my life back. See, when I step into this ring, yeah, bro, I am addicted. I'm addicted to the high that I get from them. I'm addicted to the high that I get when I go home and I tell my family, hey, I'm doing it. I'm addicted to the satisfaction that I get to tell everybody like you that didn't believe in me, you can stick it up your ass.
Winning the WWE
Oh
title.
my god, that is so emotional because it's so real. It is so Raw. And no pun intended.
Would be Eddie's final step to redemption.
Eddie Guerrero did it, and that's Eddie's mom right there. It's a different kind of high tonight.
This all made for one of the most feel-good moments in wrestling history. It was validation and the ultimate redemption story. Guerrero's victory paved the way for so many more in the future.
You, Guerrero.
Proof that if you have a strong enough connection with the audience, you could be champion no matter your size. Eddie also showed us how you could overcome demons and transfer this energy to create something special. Eddie was now addicted to being the best in the industry, getting high from the roar of the crowd.
Órale, say hello to my little friend.
What is Eddie gonna do?
He's gonna do a frog splash from the top of the ladder. The character of a man is not defined when he's on top. It's defined on how he picks himself up every time he's been knocked down. I'm gonna kick the living out of you on Sunday night. Tonight, I am gonna get high. Tonight, I am gonna be the WWE champion. Viva mi raza! No, Eddie, no! Don't do it! No way, no way,
Eddie was an incredibly versatile performer. You could give him anything and he would make it work. He became such a good babyface in 2003 and 2004 that we'd almost forgotten his skills as a heel. But never would Eddie's incredible talents as a bad guy be more apparent in 2005. Guerrero always had that Latino heat temper in him ready to bust out.
Sometimes my temper gets the best of me, Gutman. King Eddie! Get up, why did you say anything? Look at me when I'm talking to you!
In 05, it manifested from jealousy and a dark secret. This was when Eddie famously turned on longtime friend and classic rival Rey Mysterio to become a brutal heel.
Do you think him turning heel here, because everything he did with passion, like he was himself. Eddie was Eddie. Besides like the lie cheats and stuff, this was funny gimmicks. But look, when he's cutting these promos, you can see that it is Eddie talking. Like he put all his soul into the wrestling, into his passion, which is being this character, Eddie Guerrero in WWE. And I feel like when he turned heel here, you can see on his face and everything that something shifted and changed. Like he's brutally honest with this heelish turn. And I don't know if it is like an inner pain that he had and something, inner demons that he has been dealing with at that time that helped him elevate this character, or did this character elevate the demons within? And that is a question we will never get an answer to.
Given how Eddie had treated Rey in WCW, we probably shouldn't have been surprised, especially because even in WWE, Guerrero just couldn't defeat Mysterio when it mattered most.
Yeah, Rey was his kryptonite.
Latino Heat couldn't stand being the #2 Latin wrestler.
Yep. Wow. Why did they put them together?
Killing my Latino heat!
Oh my god, it is actually ridiculous that now LWO is Rey's Mysterio is, oh my god. English, I can't even speak because I was so, my brain was like I wanted to say that Rey Mysterio is now leading the LWO. What do you think Eddie thinks about that?
However, no one was prepared for the dark secret that was set to be revealed.
Get on your knees and beg me not to tell the truth!
He's gonna hurt our kids? Rey is a good man. He's a good...
Oh, the custody match, huh?
No! Rey is not your father! I'm your father, Dominic!
I love this. I want this.
Is it really true?
Oh, you're so cute! I'm dying.
Guerrero's battle with Mysterio for the custody of Rey's son Dominic was probably the greatest angle in SmackDown history. It was compelling TV that did monster ratings and solidified Eddie as one of the best from a character perspective, if he wasn't already.
And it makes Dom so much more favorable.
Hey, Mysterio!
He's doing it just because he hates Ray. Doesn't care about Dom. Ooh, in the head.
He's probably going to get involved here. Coming right now with the damn break. Watch out! Across the back of Mysterio. Breaking the ring.
I'm gonna climb this ladder for Dominic Guerrero.
There's two things
Guerrero.
that you can never steal from me. The love for my son and a victory from Rey Mysterio.
Dominic comes home to his puppy.
Wait a minute! Wait a minute! Dominic, get over there! Get Dominic!
Since early age, he's sabotaging matches.
While he may
Still
have been a
true
liar
to
on screen, in
himself.
real life he cheated death, and from there he stole the show and the hearts of every fan he entertained, becoming one of the most beloved, charismatic, endearing characters we've ever seen, and our favourite wrestler. Latino heat may have been taken too soon, but the memories of him that remain we will cherish forever. Viva Eddie Guerrero. Now if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out a similar video
That's an amazing
on what
video.
made
I
Roman
loved it
Reigns the
so
biggest star in
much.
wrestling. Hope you have a
Thank
great
you
day.
so
and I'll
much. Wrestling Flashback, that was awesome.